What's better than fantasy football? Kyle Fridland, Jake Fridland.
Ain't nothing better than football.
Two brothers talking about the nitty and gritty of the best sport in the world. Welcome to the Fantasy Simpletons Show! Now picture this. You're in the Final Four, the playoff semifinals. You've already figured out who your top guys on your team. You love these guys. You've given them nicknames. They've been your boys all season, and you know the guys on your team that you can't stand. The guys that are stuck on your bench forever. But what about these guys? What are you doing for your flex spot? What about these guys that you don't know? Are you going to play them? Are you not?
No.
Are you going to put all your eggs into one basket? I don't know. We don't know. And we won't be, I'm losing train of thought. And we won't be able to figure this out together.
Hey.
We're going to be talking about some guys that we are on the fence on, that we have no idea in this moment of if they will do well or not, but we will put our heads together, our incredible fantasy minds together, and figure out once and for all, can I rely on these guys to get me to the championship game?
Oof. Respect. Yeah. For real. You ready, bro?
And here we go.
Let's get into it.
I just sat there frozen for a little bit, just seeing what you would be able to do in that moment.
Yeah. Well, I was.
You're waiting for me to do something.
I was hearing what you were saying, and I thought we were gonna roll right into it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Honestly, dude, you want me to start it off because I have someone pretty interesting in mind.
Yeah. Sorry, I used 100% of my brain power on that. Yeah, go for it.
I kind of figured.
What do you got?
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Jalen Coker, bro.
Jalen Coker.
You know about Jalen Coker?
I know quite a bit because
before you say anything, Tetero McMillan might not play.
He might not play. I think I did.
Let me
see
tell you
something
something
here
else.
Where he
2 touchdowns in the last 2 games.
All right.
Jalen Coker.
I do know that well. I do remember.
I'll tell you one more thing.
Okay, Jake.
Xavier Leggett. My bad, bro. But listen, I'm just trying to tell you. Xavier Leggett is trash. All right, go ahead.
All right, cool. I mean, the last thing I think we all could probably figure out by now. But I find this very interesting that you brought this up. I have brought this up before on my waiver wire video, that he is someone that not a lot of people own right now, but he's a very interesting option with the possibility that Tet McMillan might not play. And we can talk about Tet McMillan in just a second here too, because I think he's very interesting.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know if it changes up the dynamics, because I've always had a feeling that Tet McMillan was the guy that the teams have been covering the most, that they've been focusing their time on, of like, okay, he's their number one, get him. But it's left Jalen Coker open for opportunities. It's allowed him to get these big play touchdowns. It's allowed him and Bryce Young to really connect later on this team. Because I think the team wanted him to be in this spot from the beginning. They clearly love this guy and they think he's great for the team. He just spent half of the season injured, and then he needed some time to get back into the rhythm on the offense.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I think he's very interesting if you're in that spot, especially if you have like multiple flex positions in a do or die game against the Bucks. Yeah, I think he is playable.
Yeah, I agree. And it'd be taking a real risk, I think, if you played him with Tetero McMillan playing as well. But if Tet's out, this man's on almost every waiver wire. Okay.
Yeah.
Jalen Coker. Go and pick him up. Give him a chance. Honestly, I think he is more of a wide receiver one with Tet out than Xavier Legette is. Okay. Because
I
Xavier Legette's just not, he's just not that guy.
I feel like Tet himself is more of a weird discussion right now because the last few weeks he's just gotten one catch, two catches, three
Yeah.
catches. He's making on some of those games he's making the most of those catches. They're big
Hmm.
plays, but it doesn't leave me very confident.
He's kind of
I
touchdown dependent.
I'm so touchdown dependent, and I'm very
Yeah.
worried because in the leagues I have him, I don't have a lot of receiver depth, so I have to be in this position of I might have to play him.
Hmm.
If you don't have to play him, I don't think I would. That's where I kind of am at right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe that shows that's good for Jalen Coker, but I don't know how the roles are going to change if Ted McMillan is out. If anything, I would want to see if they can keep him healthy, if they could use him as a decoy.
Mm.
That way it gives Jalen Coker the best, possible coverage to be able to make those big plays, hopefully.
Yeah. No, actually, you might be right there.
Yeah.
You might be right there. And
Dude,
obviously, this is like just preferences, even though you said it before, but it's like this is a flex play. We're talking about flex plays here at best, right?
yeah.
No one would be starting Jalen Coker in their wide receiver position unless they really needed to.
Oh, no, no.
Yeah,
And maybe I
exactly.
might. Honestly, I have to decide now, should I play Tech McMillan or Jalen Coker? And you feel like that would be an easy option, but it's not.
Nah. Yeah.
I Here's someone I want to bring up where I think this whole team is very interesting. I'm going to bring up an entire team, an entire offense. What do you do about the Chargers this week? Because they're facing Dallas. They're facing one of the worst defenses in the league. But what we've seen of them the last like 4 weeks, most of them outside of maybe Hampton and or Vidal have been unplayable.
Yeah.
Like completely unplayable. Is the matchup good enough to where you would take that risk? Because
Mm.
I've been on the fence on you know, say Aronde Gadsden. Is this the one week where I play Aronde Gadsden this close to the end? Because that's what I'm still
Honestly,
trying to figure out. Because there have been
yeah.
when he's gone, he's gone.
I mean, it's a good conversation, but maybe. I think that
He was somebody I considered for when we did our must starts. I considered it, but I'm like, I just
here's
don't
the deal
know.
though. Here's the deal though. Quentin Johnston was out last game, right? And Alrondo Gadsden has over the course of the season, he really had his breakout game when Quentin Johnston was out earlier in the season.
Hmm.
And that's kind of been a theme, I think, because they kind of play similar roles a little bit because they're the big men,
Yeah.
they're the X guys. So I would definitely consider it if Quentin Johnston was out again. He's still questionable with a groin injury. It looks like he's trying to play this Sunday. So I'd watch that personally. If he is back in, I don't know, man. I think there's too many mouths to feed. And Gadsden honestly hasn't been doing that well the past 5 weeks. He just had a decent game last week because Quinn Johnston was out. That's what I think.
All right. Well, let me change the conversation a little bit. What about Justin Herbert? What about
Oh,
Justin Herbert as a whole? That's
yeah.
what's because he's been very bad the last few weeks, like
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
bad. Like he
Yeah.
hasn't been playable. But I mean,
It's
JJ McCarthy
Dallas.
looked good against them.
Yeah.
I've seen other bad quarterbacks do good against them.
Well, that's fair. I think you're right. The matchup makes sense.
How about this?
Um,
Justin Herbert or Caleb Williams? Who are you playing?
oh, I'm playing Justin Herbert. I'm gonna play Justin Herbert.
See how interesting that is? See
Yeah,
how
honestly.
I think I might play Justin Herbert too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
call us Caleb Williams haters. I don't think we are, but I just man, sometimes Caleb Williams on it, and then sometimes he's just not.
yeah, that's fair. I think the past few weeks, the Chargers have faced some pretty good defenses. You know, Kansas City last week, Philadelphia the week before, um, and they played the Raiders, who are not that good. And Justin didn't do very well there. So that was kind of weird. And then they faced Jacksonville. I don't know. I think it's tough, man.
Yeah,
I think it's tough. Honestly, I would consider we were saying this in another video, but if Jacoby Brissett is on someone's waiver wire and they have Justin Herbert, what do you think? Like I would do Jacoby
I
Brissett.
would Jacoby. I'm
Yeah.
playing Jacoby.
Oh,
No,
for sure.
that's that's easy for me. I would do
See,
him.
so then it's like Justin, you have to look at your streaming options.
I think
I
his
get I
lower
get
end.
considering him this week because of the matchup, but I would still consider other guys on the waiver wire over him for
If
sure.
you're in a 12 team league and there's one starting quarterback, so that means there's essentially 12 starters. I think Justin Herbert falls in with the 12, but I don't think he's very high. I think he's like
It's number
number
12.
11.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
there's still 10 more options I'd probably want over Justin, but I still think he's playable.
Oh, for sure. He's still
Yeah.
playable.
It's what was it? I was thinking of a certain I always thought, okay, with Patrick Mahomes out, and we've mentioned this on a previous video, but
Mm.
we'll mention it here as well. With him with the torn ACL, some people might be scrambling to the waiver wire. There's a good chance Jacoby Brissett's already gone. Would you trust Trevor Lawrence in a matchup against the Broncos?
Oof.
A tough defense. However, you have a quarterback playing some of the best football he's played, not just all season,
Yeah.
possibly of his
His
career.
career.
He's been playing really good, but he's also been playing against scrubs.
Yeah,
Like they've
he
been
has.
beaten up on some scrub teams.
Oh, for sure. The past what, like 5 weeks, they've been
Yeah,
facing terrible teams. Um, Honestly, I would do it. I would play it, and I'll tell you why. I think Denver is a great defense, and they're playing at Denver, so that's even more of a little boost
yeah.
for their defense. Seems like every game Denver plays has been pretty competitive, you know? Like it's not like they're shutting out teams. They don't shut out quarterbacks, Denver. They have pretty competitive games. So I think that it's going to be a competitive game.
Mm.
And I don't think Trevor's going to have um, a stellar week, but I can definitely see, maybe 15, 20 points in regular PPR formats. Yeah. I don't see why it wouldn't be competitive. These are two pretty decent teams.
I'm gonna look at some running backs here. I think there's some decent, interesting questions to be had of who would you play in certain scenarios. Like, okay, here's an obvious one for us: Judkins. Judkins is facing Buffalo this week. On paper, it's a great matchup, right? Well, the last
Mhm.
couple weeks, on paper, it's been great matchups. And on paper, they've been scoring points. But also, he just hasn't been getting carries.
Yeah.
It's so odd. It's not what I expected. And I'm in a position right now in a league where I have to decide, is he in my flex spot? And I
Ah,
don't know.
dude.
I really
Yeah.
don't know because it's on paper it could be great, but it's just, they're not they're
And
not giving him those plays.
yeah, and you have to watch that because Sleeper, ESPN, all of these formats, they're still like projecting him to get decent points. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like they're projecting him um pretty well. And this going into this week, Buffalo's not a bad defense, you know.
they're a bad run defense overall, but their pass defense is top notch. That's what makes them
Oh, okay, well.
so interesting.
Well, Quinshon's been getting some some passes, so I don't know. It is tough. It's almost like the bulk of his points from the games that he does really well are from either passes or touchdowns.
It's mostly touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like I think I've been saying this from the beginning. He's got to get closer to the end zone. If you've noticed, Tony Pollard has been doing pretty good the last couple of weeks, despite the fact he wasn't doing good all season. You want to know the difference? Touchdowns.
Mm.
All of a sudden, this team started getting into the end zone more, which meant he got more red zone opportunities, which means he's now getting a lot more fantasy points. He now looks like a good fantasy running back because now he's finally in a spot where the offense can move the football.
I'll tell you what it is too, Kyle. With the Browns and Quinshon, they have been using Dylan Sampson a lot more too. Not necessarily in the run game.
Yeah,
They have been using him in the run game, but um, getting those like check down passes that Quinshon should be getting, they're going to Judkins. I mean, no, they're going to Sampson. So that's kind of interesting. Their team is just really risky overall.
I can't
You
believe I
know?
have to rely on a freaking wildcat plays in the end zone to maybe to maybe get some production out of him.
Yeah, dude, honestly,
Take Shador Sanders out of the game. He can't do
bro,
it. He
here's
can't
a
win.
here's a question, Kyle. Would you rather start Quinshon this week in your flex or Tony Pollard?
Hold on. Tony
Have you
Pollard
se-
is
have you
facing the
seen Tony
Niners.
Pollard's numbers the last couple games?
They've gone up, man. They've really gone up. And they're facing the no, they're facing Kansas City. They faced the Niners last week.
Mm,
Um
that is tough.
oh, and their defense is good, but they don't have Patrick Mahomes, so now it's Minshew. Oh, I think I might play Pollard.
Dude.
Dude, I think I might because I could see what happened last week where they lost 31 to 3, Shador Sanders. I could see that happening again.
Yeah.
And they have to be put in a position to throw, which is actually why I think Harold Fannin could be very interesting this week. On paper,
Yes.
uh the Bills are the number 1 team against tight ends this season. They're the number 1 best defense against tight ends. Should spell disaster for Fannin. Last week he got 14 targets. He got 14 targets. I mean, he
That's
didn't
insane.
he
Insane
did
for a tight
enough.
end.
He got 7 catches. He did enough to still give you a good week even without a touchdown, but if he's forced to throw a billion times, he's found out who he likes the most.
Oh, 100%. He likes Fenton and he likes Dylan Sampson, bro. Those are the two guys he goes to.
So I don't trust Fannin the
Insane.
most this week, but I'd still trust him over lower end guys.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If he's going to get that many chances, I think he'll do good.
Well, it's like he isn't no Darren Waller, obviously, but he's decent, right?
Sometimes you just have to count your blessings at points in the season. I'm glad I've never had Kareem Hunt on any of my rosters.
Wow.
I'm
Blessed.
that I've never had to like make that decision of a guy that sucks every game but gets touchdowns all the time. Which
Yeah.
now
That's so
you might
frustrating,
have to bench him full on because I don't even know if they're going to get in the end zone that much.
dude. No, I doubt it. Gardner
I
Minshew, bro. Come on.
dude, Uncle Rico starting for the Chiefs. The world
That's
is ending.
that's ridiculous.
Dude, it's so ridiculous. Guard, how many people are going to have to go to Gardner Minshew this week from their waiver wire? Like, they not
Oh,
want to, they have to.
I honestly I don't think too many. Like if
I'd
you're in a
take
super
most guys.
flex
I'd take
league,
Tyler Shuck over him.
oh dude, that's what I'm saying. There's so many guys. Kirk Cousins is on the waiver wire in most leagues. Trevor Lawrence, Aaron Rodgers, Jacoby Brissett. There's so many guys you could go to. There's no way anyone should be picking up Gardner
Yeah.
Minshew. That's ridiculous.
Let's see. Let me look at some other players here. There are some players dealing with injuries, especially some running backs that I think could be worth noting. RJ
Mm,
Harvey is currently questionable. We don't know if he's going to play.
yep.
Um, Even if he does play, if he's hurt, I'm not sure how heavily I trust him this week. Woody
Yeah,
Marks, dude, Woody Marks got hurt at the worst time, man.
dude.
He's got such a good schedule lined up end of season.
I
It looked
know.
like he was going to start making moves happen, and then he got hurt second half of that game. Oh my gosh.
And
If he plays, I still might consider playing him though.
yeah, I've been seeing though this guy's not a bad pickup too. If he doesn't play, this guy named Jawar Jordan. Have you heard about
Huh?
him? Jawar Jordan,
Is that the guy on
Texas.
the
No, no, it's you're thinking about Brendan Jordan, right?
I'm thinking about no, I was thinking of Jordan James on the Niners.
Oh
No,
no no
that
no no.
uh okay, he was the guy that replaced Woody Marks.
He's the guy that replaced him last game, and he actually did pretty well. So, um, he's an interesting guy. If Woody Marks doesn't play, like, there's actually a lot of viable options out there, but
I've said this on my waiver wire video. If you're looking
yeah,
for a running back that is likely on waivers to play for you this week, if you're desperate, go get Blake Corum.
dude.
Go get Blake Corum. He's splitting carries in a great offense on a team that is gonna want to run the ball into the end zone.
Mm,
Like he's not gonna get a huge amount of stuff, but he's gonna do enough with what he's given for right now. And if you need another option, if Chris Rodriguez is not playing, if Jalen Carter is not playing on the Philadelphia Eagles defensive line, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt might be back, baby. Dude, he might have a return
no, no,
game.
that's kind of a stretch.
It might be, but he had almost 100 rushing yards in the last game because
Okay,
Chris
hold on.
got hurt. If he's the guy,
If we're going that
there are
far,
worse options.
there are. No, I understand what you're saying. Hey, let me talk about something kind of interesting though.
Okay.
What did you think about Tank Bigsby getting 17 carries last game?
He got 17 carries?
17 carries, dude.
Oh man, I'm starting to lose it when I get surprised.
But
Hold on.
you know what's crazy? He got 17 carries. Guess how many Saquon got?
17.
22.
They ran the ball.
They
Well,
ran it.
remember
They couldn't pass very well.
they did beat up on the Raiders very quickly, very early.
Yeah, oh, that's true.
So I do think maybe some of those carries are probably off of the fact that they had already won the game
Yeah,
and they were
probably so.
probably taking Saquon out. Saquon, you're probably playing because he's Saquon, but man, if there's ever a player that I just don't feel any real enthusiasm for, it's probably Saquon. I've just hit the whole season.
Yeah,
He has a big play here and there, but even in those games where he has the big rushing touchdown, the rest of the game he doesn't
I
do that
know.
great. It's so weird.
Yeah. No, it is weird because last year he was getting like 2, 3 touchdowns a game,
He was
and
last year he
now
was seen as he was the guy that every kid wanted to emulate that backwards hurdle. He was like the
yeah,
definition
yeah,
of, "Oh, look at this athletic, crazy guy that can make all these runs happen. He's the best running back in the league." And then now all of a sudden, it's such a 180 to where he feels like one of the most boring running backs in the league.
Yeah, it's weird because it's not like he's still getting those carries. He's getting an insane amount of carries every game in the
I,
20s.
yeah,
He's
I'm
just
so
not producing very well.
and he never really got hurt. So I'm so curious to see what he's going to be next season. What people think
Yeah,
of him, where he's going to get drafted at.
right,
Uh,
right.
I feel like he's going to fall a little low because some people are just going to be. You know what they're going to start saying? They're going to start pointing to age too.
Yeah, oh,
They're
yeah,
going to
he's going
be
to be
like,
29.
oh, he's not going to do well because he's getting older and he's almost 30, and
Yeah, that's how it always goes.
that's how it always goes. So
How it always
he
goes.
might be a guy where you might get him. He could be really good for cheap if he gets a bounce back year.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. Are there any other guys you're thinking of? I'm trying to look through here if there's any like certain decisions. I'll look through some receivers here.
Mm,
I'm not a big fan of Egbuka, but guess what?
yeah,
My
same.
depth is so bad, I'm gonna have to play him anyways.
That sucks.
Oh, I
I
made
am
my
not playing him.
I made myself sad with that one.
Dude, I'm in a league, Kyle, where I'm debating between Tet McMillan, Mbuka, and Marvin Harrison.
Tet McMillan,
That's what I have
Egbuka,
to
and
work
Marvin
with.
Harrison. Well, Marvin Harrison might be out, so that makes your decision a little easier.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Between Tet and Egbuka, I'd do Tet.
I'm starting Tet, but he might not
It's
play, so
Yeah, then you might not have to make a decision, bud. God might make a decision for you.
yeah. If he doesn't play, I'll tell you what, I'm starting Coker. I don't want to start Mbuka. I don't see it. I don't see it happening.
Yeah. I'm on the edge of there are a couple guys that are interesting. Which of these three would you rather uh be most interested in talking about? DK Metcalf, Devontae Smith, or Jacoby Myers?
Let's talk about Jacoby.
Dude, yeah, because he's been very consistent. He looks
Yes.
like the one on the team. He's playing like the one on the team. He's probably going to be playing against Pat Surtain.
Yeah.
So I would be very worried if I owned him.
Yeah. I'd be worried too, especially because like I do think he's a great receiver, but he has, we were saying Jacksonville's been playing against terrible teams.
Yeah. So I don't know how much the game plan is going to change. I don't know what they're going to focus on. Maybe Bretton
I
Strange
mean,
gets more involved.
well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, I don't know. I do think he's the one on the team. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right, and it's weird to say that. But Brian Thomas has actually been doing kind of well. So I don't know. Do you think Sertan would be on Thomas or Jacoby?
I guess that's more of an interesting question because I guess you're more afraid of Brian Thomas because he's a more physical threat. He's probably faster. He's younger. You'd worry more about the big play, but he doesn't really do the big play anymore. Not because he
Yeah.
can't, not because that's not in his arsenal. He's just not good. Uh, even though he's playing better, he's still not playing. The fact that Jacoby has taken him over as the one on the team, it feels like that's what it is.
It does. It does. Yeah.
So that's not great for his future. If I would probably cover Myers because I think they have other good cornerbacks on that team outside of Sertan that I think
Mm,
can cover Brian Thomas just fine.
fair.
But that would just be me.
No,
Uh,
no, I feel that. Yeah.
that's kind of it. That's kind of all the guys I really wanted to go over. Yeah, nothing too crazy. But any guys that you have that you were like last minute considerations thinking of?
Mm,
Uh, guys you're like on the personally on the fence of figuring out if you want to start them or not?
yeah, I'll hit you with somebody.
Hmm.
I I don't know how I feel about Jake Ferguson moving forward.
Oh, okay.
He's been kind of weird, but as far as tight ends go, he's consistent. 10, 11 points a game. He just was not really targeted last game.
It becomes a little much when there's CD in there and there's
Yeah,
Pickens, and I think there's a lot of mouths to feed on that offense. He
yeah.
has just as much of a chance. Who would you be considering him for?
Um, it's a good question. How
Like,
to go?
that's probably where I would make my decision, is who do you got to
Oh,
upset him?
of course, of course.
Is it Tyler Warren?
No, it's Mason Taylor.
Well, I think that makes your decision a little easier.
Yeah, it does. No, there's I've
I
just
I'm not sure about him for this week. I'm
I've been
like,
considering streaming. Yeah. I just don't know against the Chargers defense. Like, should I go
I'd be on the
him? Should
fence.
I
I think
go
he'll do okay. Like, I
Dawson
think the
Knox?
passing game is good enough to where he'll probably do fine.
Yeah.
But, it's all going to depend on, that's definitely touchdown dependent game.
Yeah, it is. Anyways,
That's all it's pretty much going to be. But see, it's always good to have good conversations like these because we can discuss and figure it out ourselves and with other people. You get those second opinions you need to try to make those tougher decisions just a little bit easier.
yeah,
That's what we're here for.
exactly. Exactly.
But thank you to so much to everybody that watched. You can follow us on any of our socials down here: Instagram, X, TikTok, Spotify, Apple
Hmm.
Podcasts. Jake, anything you want to say before we go off the air?
No. Appreciate you guys for watching.
Of course,
And yeah, stay simple.
in a complex
In a
fantasy
complex
world,
world.
just remember to stay.
Simple.
God bless
All
everyone.
right. See you guys.